our coastal communities. So from Marine Land through the Hammock, through Painters Hill, down to Beverly Beach and Flagler Beach have been severely impacted, primarily along the Atlantic coast, as well as some properties backing up to the intercoastal.
Flagler County Emergency Management Director Jonathan Lord says the strong waves were a huge problem.
We had 10 to 15-foot waves on top of almost 5-foot elevated tides on the Atlantic coast, and those waves chewed away at US 1 as well as chewed away and pretty much eliminated in many sections our dune system. So we have a lot of impacts directly due to the Atlantic Ocean, and again also some lesser impacts on the intercoastal side with flooding, many of the same areas that flooded in Ian.
In Flagler Beach, Lord says the southbound end of A1A, where there's no seawall, will be closed until further notice.
The rest of the bulk of the county relies on a protective dune system with some homes sitting on top of the dunes and many other homes in county parks behind the dunes. And that dune system is there to sacrifice itself in order to protect the homes and the infrastructure behind it. And that system did exactly what it's meant to do. It did sacrifice itself. Unfortunately, because it sacrificed itself, it's no longer there to protect what's behind it or on top of it. So that is a significant damage and impact to our community.
Flagler Beach City Manager William Whitson paints a bleak picture of his city.
The situation has gone downhill. We've lost a portion of the pier. There is multiple areas of coastal flooding. In addition to that, is that wasn't enough. A portion of Clubhouse Drive is now in the ocean. Oh, and I haven't mentioned the wastewater treatment plant isn't doing too hot.
He adds A1A has several breaches they're worried about.
We have closed A1A down for traffic from South 7th all the way to the city limit line to High Bridge.
2 out-of-town fugitives are busted in Flagler County.
Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley credits keen police work.
Even though Tropical Storm Nicole is here, our deputies continue to serve and protect our community. 2 fugitives from out of state, one from Maryland, one from North Carolina, found that out the hard way when deputies responded to suspicious incidents or spotted a suspicious vehicle, and then determined that the individuals were fugitives from other states. They got to ride out Tropical Storm Nicole in the Green Roof Inn while they await extradition to face the felony charges from their states. One of these days, fugitives will learn not to come to Flagler County because we will catch you and send you back to the state that wants you.
Sheriff Staley adds this is a great example of how proactive police work by our deputies can make a big impact. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Become a mentor and help students learn to read or develop a love of reading. Judy Mazzella with Flagler Volunteers runs the Reading Pals program, which has been operating in Flagler County for a decade.
We pair volunteers with students in our elementary in K-3, and those volunteers not only help the kids read, but become mentors and become a constant in their daily lives. And what they do is they help the students read, they work with the teacher on doing classwork, homework, anything that has to do with reading.
The program is for students in pre-K through 3rd grades and encourages them to read what they like.
Our volunteers can take them to the library at the school, and the students can pick out a book that they will choose and that they can read, and that will help encourage and build their confidence in reading.
The program has 50 volunteers, but they still need more. It's a commitment of just an hour a week during the school year, and Mazzella says that can make a huge difference in a child's life.
So it's not a lot of our time, but it is a significant amount of time for each of those students. We do track test scores and see how significant the difference is in these students that have the Reading Pal volunteer.
The next training for volunteers is November 15th. Sign up before then at needsconnector.com/RP22 or email judy@flaglervolunteer.org. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Today is Veterans Day, making it all that much more important for veterans to seek help if they need it.
That's why Flagler County Veteran Services Officer David Leiden said that veterans should come see him, if not for themselves, for their families.
Just think about it, guys and gals. If it's not just for you. It could benefit your family members, your surviving spouse, and if you have dependent children, benefit them as well. So don't just think about it and do it for yourself. Do it for your loved ones.
Leiden said that if the service member dies, his or her surviving spouse gets some of their benefits. Listen to the Flagler Voice on WNZF Saturday mornings at 8:30, anytime on the Flagler radio app. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
The weekend is here and there's plenty of family fun to be had in Flagler County. This is Stacy with Fun for Augie Kids.
This is the last weekend to enjoy Driving Miss Daisy at the Flagler Playhouse. Formerly an Academy Award-winning film, the Flagler Playhouse is proud to present this classic drama. Tomorrow, the Flagler County Library is hosting a block party. Kids and their families are welcome to come play with Legos and let their imaginations run wild. The Jacksonville Business Connections will be hosting the Palm Coast Makers Market tomorrow. Handmade and homemade makers will be sharing their talents. The first 20 guests will receive a swag bag. There will be a market cash contest to use during the event, along with a playground on property for the kids to enjoy. For more on these events and others, please visit us on our website at fun4augiekids.com. Have a great weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.